It's a statistic you might find staggering. Victoria now has more medical marijuana dispensaries than Starbucks stores. It is a booming industry that can trace its birth to the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club, which its founder says is the world's oldest compassion club. And this weekend it turns 20. Robert Buffum reports.
I made sure I had no pictures of me selling pot or pot in my van.
Ted Smith marvels at how much has changed in 2 decades as an activist for medical pot.
It's been phenomenal to see it as it's come so far.
Smith founded the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club, what he calls the oldest compassion club in the world, and one that had modest beginnings.
Yeah, we changed the course of medical marijuana.
Smith started out by selling pot from this van 20 years ago this weekend.
Living in my van, I just got a pager and a pamphlet and started to meet patients.
The rest, as they say, is history. There are now over 20 storefront dispensaries in Victoria alone, and the federal government is on the cusp of legalizing recreational marijuana.
Ted Smith has given almost his entire adult life to this cause.
The current president of the Buyers Club says the medical pot movement owes plenty to Smith for championing a cause for years, often through court battles, most notably the recent Supreme Court of Canada decision that vindicated the club's former head baker, Owen Smith, and supported all patients' rights to access edible pot like cookies.
I'm amazed that we've been able to do this for 20 years and come so far. It's not been easy. Many people have gone to jail, but we're almost at the finish line.
A goal focused on legalizing medical marijuana at storefronts, but also one that coincides with the federal government's pledge to legalize recreational pot, something a recent CIBC report estimates will generate $5 billion in tax revenue.
This is the first time in a long time that we see a new commodity market forming. There is a great potential windfall for not only savings but tax revenue of legalized cannabis.
Smith says for him it's never been about the money. His energy nowadays focused on palliative care for his partner, who relies on cannabis to manage the pain from her cancer. But he says after 2 decades of fighting for patients like her, the end is nearly in sight.
Like a whole new day has dawned for many of us. Our work's not over yet, but my God, you know, the hard slugging is gone. And
Smith's next victory could come when Victoria's council regulates its pot shops. The city will be seeking the public's feedback on those plans next month. Robert Buffum, CTV News, Victoria.